Since the dawn of time, half-naked men in tights have grappled each other in their pursuit of glory and championship gold. Over the years, there have been many different wrestling promotions, each one claiming to offer the highest caliber competitors and the most prestigious championships. These promotions have gone to war with each other over the matter of who is the best. But today, the debate over who is the best wrestling promotion ends forever. We have taken the most elite and most accomplished combatants of all time and put them in the ring with each other to determine who is truly the best, who is the god among gods, because this is the clash of the gods. Welcome everyone to Clash of the Gods. I am your host and commentator for this evening, Snail Salad. What a night of wrestling we have planned for you. You think you know wrestling? Well, you don't, and we're about to change the game. We're coming at you live from Providence, Rhode Island, and man, why would we open up with a 20-minute promo that means nothing? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to start right into the action. Yes, that's right. And I can't think of a better match to start off with than a tag team match. And what better tag team than Holy Norris, Jesus Christ's second coming, accompanied by actual legitimate badass Chuck Norris. Yes, that's right. This is a team to keep your eye on, one you definitely cannot snooze on. I mean, it's literally Jesus Christ and Chuck Norris. How do you even beat that? The answer is you don't. But their opponents will try, at least to the best of their ability. And look at that. That looks like future tag team champions, which is coincidentally what this match is looking to do. You see, the winner of this week's match will go on to face the winner of next week's match at our upcoming pay-per-view Genesis, and those two teams will fight to determine who will be the first ever Clash of the Gods tag team champions. But if Holy Norris wants to be those champions, they'll first have to get through this team. Yes, you may be familiar with that music already if you've played any Valve games, because it's none other than Gordon Freeman and Gabe Newell. It's Team Valve. Sure, they may look like they're dancing. Sure, they may actually be dancing. But that does not mean they are not a team to take seriously. Gabe Newell, of course, is the CEO, or actually president of Valve, bringer of many classic games, including the Half-Life franchise, which Gordon Freeman there is a part of, and Half-Life Alyx recently just dropped, so, you know, Valve's going to be riding that gravy train of momentum all the way to victory, or at least they're going to hope to. But Holy Norris may have other plans in mind. Either way, these are definitely two very good teams, two teams to keep your eye on, and they're going to give it their all tonight in the Clash of the Gods arena. Gordon Freeman bumping into Chuck Norris on his way up the ring stairs. Don't know how he managed to do that, but Chuck Norris didn't seem too fazed by it. I mean, sure, it's not exactly dancing music, but you know what? Who cares, right? They're having fun. I'm having fun. That's all that matters. Just enjoy it. Don't think about it. That's our motto here at Clash of the Gods. Alright, now we go. The match to start. And it looks like it's going to be Jesus and Gabe Newell being the first two in the ring. The first two to face off in all of Clash of the Gods. So all eyes are upon them. Let's see how they can manage. Can they handle the pressure of being the first two? Gabe Newell immediately pushes Jesus down, but Jesus able to fight his way back up to his feet. Gabe Newell, a very big man. I don't mean to say this in any offensive capacity, but a rather large man in a horizontal capacity. Gabe Newell's kind of fat is what I'm saying, but we love you, Gabe Newell. You were great. And Gabe Newell, of course, knows that he's fat, judging by the way he used his momentum there, his weight with that senton, and geez, what a kick. I could hear that from here. Oh. Alright, no, that's only going to be a 1 count there. And Jesus, gets right back up to his feet. Looks like he was going to attack Gabe Newell, but no, Jesus, a very, very kind, honorable competitor, doesn't take cheap shots as we've just seen, and that may have been a bad decision. It allowed Gabe Newell to tag out, and in comes Gordon Freeman, who is not the star of the latest Half-Life game, but you can know that he's glad a new Half-Life game has come out, because maybe he'll finally get the conclusion to his own franchise, which I, as a Half-Life fan, am definitely looking forward to seeing happen. And Jesus now picking up Gordon Freeman for a suplex. Looks like, no, Falcon Arrow? No, actually, it's an armbar. Look at that. Jesus, an incredible. I'm making up new words here, folks. An incredible. That's incredible and I don't actually fucking know. Jesus is good. He's a good technical wrestler. That's where we're going with this. Let's talk about Jesus and Chuck Norris for a minute. That's Holy Norris, the new tag team. Jesus, of course, if you don't know, is the Son of God. He's the main icon of the Christianity religion. And we actually caught up with him in a backstage interview, asked him what his reason for coming back here. Why did he do his second coming, and why did he choose to have his second coming in Clash of the Gods? And the answer is simply, I'll just read you here what Jesus had to say. And I quote, "So, like, you remember how I died for all your sins? And then you guys just kept sinning anyway? Like, what the hell, guys? Way to make my death completely meaningless. But I realized that I had to do a second coming, and if I was going to do my second coming right, I'd have to beat the sin out of all of your asses. So here I am." Those words come straight from the mouth of Christ, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot doubt their validity. Anyways, here comes Gabe Newell, getting tagged in the ring now, going straight after Jesus. We also had our interviewer catch up with Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris responded by roundhouse kicking him in the skull. Our interview guy now is currently on the way to the ER with a severe skull fracture. Steve, if you're hearing this, we wish you the best. So we weren't able to get any more interviews after that, but, you know, maybe next week, right? Anyways, Gabe Newell with the kick right to the chest of Jesus, and here we go. Gabe Newell picking him up, crossing the legs, gives him a kind of shock drop. And now Jesus trying to get to his corner, looking to tag in Chuck Norris, and he makes it. There we go. In comes the badass Chuck Norris with a flying elbow, but the big man Gabe Newell able to very easily brush it off. But Chuck Norris, he's a martial artist badass. You cannot sleep on Chuck Norris, because if you do, he will roundhouse kick you to sleep. That sounded cooler in my head. Anyways, oh no. Oh, Gabe Newell, think about this. No, you can't do a superplex. Gabe Newell, no. Holy crap. That wasn't a superplex. That was a Falcon Arrow from the top rope. That's got to be it. Nope. No, of course not. This is Chuck Norris. You think a silly thing like a Falcon Arrow from the top rope is going to stop him? It's only going to piss him off. And Chuck Norris just showed that with that spin kick, taking off Gabe Newell's head. That's got to be it. We're going to have it. Holy Norris, your number one contenders for the tag team titles. And Gabe Newell kicks out. And Gabe Newell right back up to his feet. He seemed to take that spinning kick rather well. I don't know if he could do the same to a roundhouse kick. We know Steve, the interview guy, definitely could not. Again, Steve, we wish you the best. And is Gabe Newell going to try another Falcon Arrow from the top rope? No, he's looks like a butterfly suplex instead. Gabe Newell, top rope, butterfly suplex. Is that going to be enough to put away a badass like Chuck Norris? Oh, not even a 1 count. You got to try harder than that, Gabe. You can't just do that. You got to think about things. Different strategies. He's going to do... Are you really going to do the exact same thing again? See? Chuck Norris, he had that scouted. You can't do the same thing 3 times in a row and expect it to work all 3 times. Chuck Norris, he learned from his mistakes, he adapted, and he took down Gabe Newell. That is why Chuck Norris is so good, and now looks like he's going top rope here, going for a diving attack. Gabe Newell tries to get back to Gordon Freeman, makes it in time. Gordon Freeman's tagged in. Chuck Norris misses completely, ends up hitting the mat, but it's all right because Chuck Norris is pretty good and sends Gordon Freeman on the corner, and look at this. Vicious strikes from Chuck Norris. He's down him dangling on the apron. What is Chuck Norris thinking here? He looks like he's lining him up for something. What is Chuck Norris thinking? Chuck Norris! Apron drop kick to Gordon Freeman. And I think that might have busted him open. It may have shattered some of the pieces of his glass. Oh, well, hold on. Gordon Freeman, he was playing possum. Gordon Freeman playing possum, but I think he is still busted open. Pieces from his glasses may have shattered, cut open pieces of his skin. Not a good situation either way, but Gordon Freeman looks like he's recovered fully and hits him with a suplex into a powerbomb. Devastating maneuver from Gordon Freeman, who does a little showboating for the fans here. Oh. Now what's Gordon Freeman got in mind? He's going to Irish whip Chuck Norris into the corner. Of course, you got to set him facing the right way. You can't have the back to him. And an Irish whip. Norris reverses it, but whoa! Gordon Freeman with a backflip. Norris tried to intercept him. Freeman is able to duck it, hits him with an elbow of his own, and now he's feeling it. He's feeling the energy. This is where Gordon Freeman wants to be, in a knee right to the face. So it actually looked like more of his shin than his knee. But either way, he connected with Chuck Norris's face. In comes Gabe Newell, who is now the legal man, looking to end this, see what he can do to beat Chuck Norris. And he's going to do the chop and the kick that we saw him do earlier on Jesus. He's just going to tag out. No, that's not a good strategy. Let me just say that, because now Chuck Norris able to make it back to his corner and tag in Jesus. And now, well, actually, looks like Gordon Freeman was able to very quickly deal with the incoming Jesus. Hits him with that suplex into a powerbomb we saw him do earlier on Chuck Norris. And now, well, no. Jesus, Irish whip reversal, but Gordon Freeman very able to counter the chop that Jesus has planned, and now Freeman dragging Jesus back to Valve's corner. This is not where you want to be, especially as Valve sets up for their finishing move, the Valve Bomb, and they hit it, and Jesus using some kind of holy magic to get out of the way to save himself from the pinfall predicament that was sure to befall him. Magic is legal in the Clash of the Gods arena, and now going for an inverted suplex, but Gabe Newell with a veteran maneuver there, puts his feet on the ropes, able to stop the suplex from happening. And I'm sorry, I just still can't get over the magic that we saw. It's not every day you get to see a miracle in action, you know what I mean? And Chuck Norris breaks up the pin. That very easily could have been it. Jesus probably still reeling from that devastating Valve Bomb we saw. Even magic... Oh, Gordon Freeman tags himself in. Not a good position, and now Jesus is stuck in the Valve corner. Smart tactic from Team Valve. Well, we can talk about Team Valve for a second, of course. They are, of course, from video games. Gordon Freeman comes from the Half-Life series, and as I mentioned earlier, Valve is run by Gabe Newell. He is the president and co-founder of Valve. So, if you don't play video games, you may not be too familiar with these people, but if you don't play video games, then what the hell are you doing watching this? That's all I gotta know. And Jesus now calling upon the energy of all the faithful in the audience to lend them their spirit, and there it is, the sign of the cross. Jesus Christ invoking his Christian spirits, or I don't know what the hell he's doing. It looks kind of like showboating, but I'm trying to justify it. But he sets up for a fireman's carry into a flapjack, but Gordon Freeman able to make it to tag in Gabe Newell, and here comes the leader of Valve, a clothesline, and follows it up with another one of these, looks like a shock drop. Yes, another shock drop from Gabe Newell. It's not a signature move or anything, it's just a regular move. And is that going to put him away? Nope. You're going to take a little more than that to put away a man like Jesus. And Jesus, perfect opportunity, but again, hesitant, lets him get up, and Gabe Newell hits him with the Valve Bomb. There it is. That's Gabe Newell's finishing move, looking to finish this, and oh, Jesus kicked out. Jesus kicked out of Gabe Newell's finishing move, even after already taking a Valve Bomb earlier in the match. That is the resiliency of a man like Jesus, and that is why Jesus is so hard to beat. That is why. Oh, Jesus now. What's he got planned? Jesus with the spear of destiny. That's Jesus' finishing move. And into the cover, the 1, 2. No! He doesn't get the 3. Gabe Newell somehow able to kick out. But Jesus now, once again, calling upon the spirits of the faithful to mount some sort of a comeback here, get the energy, the momentum flowing back in the direction of Holy Norris, takes him down with the arm trap, spinning neck breaker, and in comes Chuck Norris. And what's Chuck Norris got planned for Gabe Newell? If I was Gabe Newell, I would not want to be in the ring with Chuck Norris. Actually, I wouldn't want to be in the ring with Chuck Norris no matter who I was. And Chuck Norris, he's a scary person. Oh, look at this. Chokehold. Norris has got Gabe Newell in a chokehold, trying to make him pass out. Gordon Freeman to the rescue. I think he hit Gabe Newell, actually, and that's it. Gabe Newell's passed out. Holy Norris are your winners, and they will advance to the next round to determine who will be the first ever tag team champions of Clash of the Gods. What a match, though. You can't take anything away from Team Valve. They tried their heart out, and They came rather close, but they just weren't able to get past the incredible resiliency of Jesus or the impressive martial artist skills of Chuck Norris. Yeah, that right there is what a winning tag team looks like. Jesus and Chuck Norris. These two are going to be something. Judging by that display, I wouldn't doubt it. And there we go. The sign of the House of the Lord. The signature pose of Holy Norris. What a team. Don't go anywhere, folks, because the action is still not done. We have Rasputin, who is going to go one-on-one with the Joker. And there he is, Grigory Rasputin, the Russian mystic and lover of queens. Damn, that's a catchy song.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile. Through your fear and sorrow, smile. Maybe tomorrow you'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just
Talk about an entrance. Anyways, this may be a rather strange matchup, but you know what? That's the whole point of Clash of the Gods. Strange matchups you never thought could possibly happen. Like Grigory Rasputin, the Russian mystic, versus the Joker, baby. Anything can happen in the Clash of the Gods arena. Now let's talk a little bit about Rasputin, as I'm sure there's many of you in the audience who aren't that familiar with who this person is. Grigory Rasputin was a Russian mystic, as I've mentioned. He was an advisor to the Tsar Nicholas II during the early parts of the 20th century, and is famous for having relations with the Tsarina. That's Nicholas's wife. I mean, also the dude had like a 13-incher. Very girthy, too. So, he's kind of a sex machine, is what I'm saying. And doesn't he just look it? I mean, whew, that's a sexy man right there, isn't it? And then, of course, the Joker, who I think needs no introduction, although he does need to vary up his moveset, as he just did the same move 2 times in a row. That's not how you're supposed to wrestle, baby. And, yeah, all right, here he goes, varying up his moveset. I think he heard me. I think the Joker heard me. And I don't know. I gotta be careful what I say. The Joker doesn't take too well to criticisms. So I've heard. Anyway, the Joker now gonna help Grigori up to his feet like a nice person. And he's going to hit him with here we go, a regular Falcon Arrow. That's what an actual regular Falcon Arrow is. You may have heard me mention that. And Rasputin, playing possum, takes him into a pinfall predicament, but the Joker able to kick out at 1. And the Joker just takes his head off with that clothesline. And now a pinfall attempt from the Joker. Is this going to put Rasputin away? Nope, another 1 count. That's not going to be enough. You're going to have to vary up your moveset. Hit some big moves like that, like an RKO. I don't know why he does that. That's not your finishing move. It's just a regular move that's part of his moveset. I think I have to change that. It doesn't really fit, in my opinion. Someone has to have a talk with Rasputin on why he shouldn't do the RKO as a regular move. But when in doubt, a straight right hand is a very reliable tool, as we have just seen demonstrated so courteously by Rasputin when he just punched Joker in the face right there and stomped on his chest and now hit him with a big side slam. And now the Joker playing possum. This is a game of possum pins right here. And he gets the 2 count, so he is making progress, but not enough to actually win the match. If you want to win, you've got to vary up your movesets. You've got to try everything you can think of, including 2 atomic drops in a row. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? There we go. A clothesline over the top rope. Rasputin sent flying out of the ring. And the Joker now going to very graciously help him up to his feet. And hit him with another clothesline, taking his head off. And he just keeps helping him up. And the referee, of course, going to count them out because you cannot stay outside the ring for more than 10 seconds or you will be counted out. That is very important. All right, you got to get in the ring if you want to win this match. Anyone who is outside the ring when the referee hits the count of 10 will be considered counted out and will lose the match, including if both contestants are outside the ring. That can happen. And Rasputin, I think, wants to win this match legitimately. Going to try and get Joker into the ring. Joker, though, breaks it. And Rasputin gets the knee up. Joker, I think, was going for some sort of block there. And Joker Irish whips Rasputin, gets into the ring. Is the Joker going to win this match by count out? What a way to win. No, whoa. No, Joker goes right back out. I would have thought for sure Joker would have took any win he could get, but no, I think the Joker just wants to cause pain and chaos. That's all he cares about, is hurting Rasputin. He doesn't want to win by count out. I don't even think the Joker cares about winning. He just wants to hurt Rasputin. I think he wants to be the first person to actually kill Rasputin, apart from the other person who killed Rasputin. But you know what? We're not counting that. Whoa. There we go. A little tangoing there. Back and forth action. Joker with a Russian leg sweep. That could be... Oh, whoa! Rasputin with a kick to the face of the Joker. It's a count of 9. They got to get back in the ring. Rasputin rushes it. Barely makes it in time. Rasputin is the winner by count out. I mean, you'd hate to see wins by count out, but that was something else. Rasputin, I think, beat the Joker at his own game. Managed to get a count out victory. Impressive work there by the Russian mystic and the lover of queens, Rasputin. And that's going to be a black mark on the career of the Joker, and it's in his first ever match. If the Joker was smart, he would have tried to get Rasputin back in the ring, but I don't think the Joker was thinking. I don't think the Joker thinks. And look at that, a little victory dance from Rasputin. I mean, the dude's got moves. You can't take that away from him. Wrestling ability may be up in the air, but when it comes to dancing moves, I don't think there's anyone on this roster who can beat Rasputin. That's for damn sure. The action continues here in the Clash of the Gods arena, and, well... That's right, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. Because what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is another one-on-one match. We're going to see Arnold Schwarzenegger take on John Rambo in the battle of movie franchises that are way past their prime but are somehow still pumping out movies, and even though it's like 2020. That's what this match is. But it also is the match we've always wanted to see since like the 80s. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone going one-on-one to see who is truly the better man. Is it Schwarzenegger? Is it Stallone? Is it Terminator or Rambo? Which is better? That is the question we aim to answer here in tonight's match, and you are going to get to know the definitive answer. We've got Schwarzenegger in the ring. We've got Rambo in the ring. Let's get this match underway. The bell has been rung, which means this is now officially underway. And immediately Schwarzenegger takes Rambo down with a slam. I don't know what the official name of that is, but it definitely looked interesting. But that is a power bomb, and it is a hell of a move. You do not want to be on the receiving end of it. And you can tell just from the pain in Rambo's expression as Schwarzenegger follows it up with a knee to the face. But Rambo powering through the pain, but followed up with a clothesline, taking Schwarzenegger down. And now it's a little too early to go for a cover. You got to at least beat up your opponent a bit before you start trying to think about pinfalls. That's usually the way basic wrestling strategy goes. And Schwarzenegger able to fight out of the hold that Rambo had applied to him. And some follows up with some punches, picks him up, and gonna snake eye him. And that's what we call it when you send your opponent's face into the turnbuckle post. And a knee to the face. You can see Rambo's a little dazed, but just barely conscious enough to get an uppercut to the Terminator. And a clothesline. We got to follow it up with a clothesline. And Rambo looks a little ticked off. There's something going on with Rambo. I don't know. Something seems off with Rambo. I can't quite put my finger on it. But he's fighting. He's certainly fighting. He fights like Stallone, and I suppose that's the one. Actually, I can't say for certain that he fights like Stallone, but he fights like Rambo. That's what we'll say. He fights like Rambo, which makes sense because he is John Rambo. And again, be conscious of that count. If the referee gets to 10, both of these two will be counted out and we won't have our definitive answer. So get in the ring, guys. Come on. Schwarzenegger realizes it. Rambo now realizing it, and Schwarzenegger going top rope. Not a good idea when Rambo is right there, obviously, and he's just going to sucker punch him in the face 1, 2, 3 times. And now what's he thinking? Is he going for an RKO? No. Power slam. Gets him in a power slam from the top rope. That could do it. 1 count, actually. I would have thought that would have been more effective, but apparently not. But when in doubt, right hands are the best friend of any wrestler. You can't go wrong with a good punch to the face, as Rambo, I think, is demonstrating. But you can't go wrong with a good drop kick either, as Rambo has also just demonstrated. as he throws his fist towards the crowd. Something's off. Something's definitely off. But if it doesn't hinder Rambo's ability to win the match, then I suppose it doesn't matter. And he's a little vicious, isn't he? I never knew Rambo to be so... Well, I mean, I guess he is. He can be kind of vicious, I suppose. I don't know. It seems like Rambo is fighting like Rambo, and Arnold's fighting like Arnold, so... Things seem right. They seem right. And that's what matters. That slam. Look at that. Both these men showing off their impressive strength. These are two strong men, don't doubt that. Arnold, of course, an accomplished bodybuilder before he was an actor and governor of California. Rambo was going for the RKO right there, but the Terminator countered it, picks him up, a military press into an uppercut. That has to be it. That's a knockout punch if I have ever seen one. That's it. That's it for Stallone. 2. Whoa. No, it's not. Rambo is still in it, and he's still going. And now he's going to go take a breather outside, but the Terminator going right after him. He's not going to allow that to happen. You don't get to take breathers in a fight like this. You go all in until one of you can't stand, and it looks like it's going to be Rambo. Here we go. That's Judgment Day. Terminator's finishing move, the 2 count, and the 3. No, that's not 3. That's only 2. I don't know how he did it. I really don't, but Rambo somehow managed to kick out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's finishing move called Judgment Day, and now he's going to be able to kick out of the butterfly suplex. Of course he can kick out of the butterfly suplex. I don't know. Terminator doesn't know. It looks like he doesn't know what to do with himself. I think he expected this to be over by now. I expected it to be over by now, but it's still going. Rambo and the Terminator are still going at it. This match won't end until one of them is defeated. And the Terminator just going to give him a little rest hold, work the head. It's a typical wrestling strategy to do something like that. And the Terminator, of course... Oh, actually, no. I thought it was going to be a suplex, but it was a swinging neck breaker instead. And here we go. A leg lock. This doesn't seem like the Terminator's specialty. I don't think he's really a submission guy. I'm not sure how effective that move was really going to be in a match like this, especially against a guy like Stallone or Rambo. It's kind of both. And he's going top rope, hits him with another one of those vicious knees. And the cover, is that going to be enough? Well, no, he kicks out again. Stallone, he's still in it. And he looks a little angry. There's a fire in his eyes. And what the hell? No! Stallone just punched him in the balls. That's cheap. That's dirty. And it's a disqualification, so this match is over. And oh my god, no. And the referee thankfully gets the chair away from him, but what the hell have we just seen? After the disgraceful actions of John Rambo, we need another match to distract us. So here's women's action, as Chell from Portal looks to take on Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill movies.
Except I wasn't laughing. Under the circumstances, I've been shockingly nice. You want your freedom, take it. That's what I'm counting on. I used to want you dead, but now I only want you gone. She was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in you too. One day they woke me up so I could live forever. It's such a shame the same will never happen to me.
Now this match can officially begin, and similarly to the first match of tonight, this will be to determine who will go on to face for the Women's Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view event Genesis. The winner of this match will go on to face the winner of next week's match at that said pay-per-view. So, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Chell from the Portal games, or is it going to be Beatrix Kiddo, otherwise known as the Bride from the Kill Bill movies? I think they both have a pretty good chance. They're both pretty good competitors, but I think when it comes to more one-on-one combat, you got to give the advantage to Kiddo. She's definitely more skilled in that department as opposed to Chell, but Chell is more like a strategist, a tactician. She's smart. She plays puzzle games like Portal. She's had to solve many, many challenging problems in order to escape from the Aperture Science Laboratories. And you know that sort of intelligent combat is going to show up in this. Or at least, that is, of course, if Kiddo doesn't dominate it with her incredible skill. This is what this is. It's a battle of skill versus intelligence, so which will win out? Well, it seems like Chell takes Kiddo down into a crossface. That's a smart move right there, but Kiddo, able to roll around of it, breaks the hold. Good move there by Kiddo, you know. Oh, and a drop toe hold. Takes her down, face planting into the mat there. Follows it up, leg drop onto the legs. A high-class competition we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it going to be? Who will be your winner? That's what every match seems to find out. And this is for marbles, of course. Like I said before, the winner of this will go on to face for the Women's Championship at Genesis against, well, whoever ends up winning the next week match. You'll have to tune in to see who that is. Oh, ooh, nice block there by Chell. Follows it up with a kick to the gut. And now, look at that. Intelligent moves using the ropes to hurt the arm of Kiddo. And now she's got her set up. Gonna swing around, hit her with that 619. And look at that. The Bride just kips right back up and lets her get back in the ring. I mean, if I was Uma Thurman right there, I would have definitely taken advantage of that. But, no, maybe a little respect there. Is Chell winning over the Bride's respect? It certainly seems like it. Oh, and a kick right to the face. Follows it up with a kick to the chest. And another, ooh, fancy kick to the face right there. Impressive moves from the Bride. Now helping her back up to her feet. What was she got thinking here? There's a sort of interesting version of a Russian leg sweep, but anything that works, anything that will hurt your opponent, it's worth trying. And look at this, a schoolboy into a modified version of like a one-handed power bomb. That's interesting. You don't see moves like that every day. And, well, that's not going to be it. You're going to need to do a little bit more than that, only getting a 1 count there. But I gotta say, this match has mostly been going the Bride's way so far. I think if Chell really wants to win, she's going to have to come up with something real quick. And now the Bride looks like she's stalking Chell, looking for the perfect opportunity to strike. Chell right down on her feet, and whoa, no, Chell blocks it. She blocks the Bride's maneuver there, climbs up on top of her, hits her with a kick right to the face, and now Chell, she's got this match going her way. Can she keep it that way? Going for the pin now. Is this going to be it? No, only a 1 count. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that if you want to put away someone like the Bride. Oh, and look at that. Waits for her to get up, takes her down into this sort of triangle armbar. And whoa, look at this. Chell. I didn't know she had it in her, but she escaped. Chell escapes the hold, and now, little collar and elbow tie up there. Beatrix Kiddo breaks it, hits her with a sliding leg sweep. And now going to go and try for the same move again that she tried to go for earlier. Chell, I think she's a little dazed, maybe not going to see it coming. And whoop, flips over her, hits her in the back of the head with a leg. And that's it. I could do it. Is this going to be Beatrix Kiddo's moment? No, to 1 count. Chell didn't seem the least bit phased by that move. Right back up to her feet, goes for a kick. The Bride able to get out of the way, picks her up into a Samoan drop position. Whoa! But Chell able to get out of it, hits her with the inverted DDT. And now, whoa! Here we go. Chell lining her up. The portal DDT. There it is. That's Chell's finishing move. Is this her moment? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is a victory for Chell. A surprising and unexpected victory, but she managed to pull it out in the end, and that's all that matters, are the wins and losses. And the bride may have put on a good showing, but it wasn't enough to put Chell away. Now look at these highlights. Look at that. Dragging her, and she's gonna go for a pin. She goes for a pin. That's exciting highlights. Thank you. Oh no, a kick to the chest, followed by a pin. Holy crap, these highlights. Look how exciting this match was. Look at all these pinfalls. That's how you know it's exciting, because they just lay on top of him and hook the leg. That's true excitement right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, good victory for Chell, though, which means she's going to go on to face whoever wins next week for the Women's Championship. And we will see who will be the first ever Clash of the Gods Women's Champion. Could it be Chell? She stands a pretty good chance. But it all depends on who her opponent is. But if she can beat Beatrix Kiddo, I think she can beat just about anyone. It is now time for our main event. We will have a 6-man ladder match, the winner of which will be guaranteed to be one half of the match at Genesis to determine our first ever Omni title champion. And here is our first competitor making his way to the ring. You may be familiar with him already. It is John Wick. And next up, making his way to the ring, none other than the man with no name, whose name is Cowboy Clint Eastwood. An impressive man, but there's no one quite like our next opponent.
No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as
And here we go, it's Gaston from Disney's Aladdin, I think.
Perfect, the pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on.
Been like Gaston, a kingpin like Gaston.
No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. I want a guy like Gaston. Give 5 hurrahs, give 12 hip hips.
Gaston is the best and the rest is all to rips.
No one fights like Gaston, dashes lights like Gaston. In a wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
For there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right, and every last inch of me's covered with hair.
When a humble bard graced a ride along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. From when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceit, broke down my lute and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat, and so cried the witcher, he can't be bleed. Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty, O Valley of Plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you to more.
And this royalty-free music could only mean one person. It's Liam Neeson. Who else could it have possibly been? Yes, there he is, our lovable Irishman, making his way from the crowd, it looks like. Can't even be bothered to come in from the entrance ramp. I mean, the crowd seems to love him, though. I mean, look at them. They're jumping all up and down to see Liam Neeson. I mean, I can't blame them. It's fucking Liam Neeson, you know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did he just jump that fence in one take? Are we sure this is Liam Neeson here? Okay, well, maybe it might be, but it's sure as hell not taking 3 Liam Neeson, that's for sure. There he is, sauntering about the ring like he doesn't know what to do with himself, and just holding his fist out. I think he expects like other people to be there, but there's no one there, Liam. You can put your fist down. And our last competitor of this match, it is none other than the Dragon himself, Bruce Lee. And now that everybody is in the ring, we can officially begin this 6-man ladder match. And if you've never seen a ladder match before, then trust me when I say this, they are nothing but pure, unadulterated carnage. It's like watching a car crash. But instead of cars, it's people and ladders. It's entertaining stuff, believe me. As we start this, we see everyone seems to have found themselves an opponent. They tend to swap off. You're never going to see two people fight for a very long period of time. Generally, they tend to swap around, you know. Someone will beat up someone for a few minutes, and then they'll move on to someone else. And that's generally how these 6-man ladder matches tend to go. So now we've got Geralt and Bruce Lee locking up. We've got John Wick and Clint Eastwood, and Gaston and Liam Neeson all locking up. And again, just to remind you, the winner of this match will go on to face at Genesis the winner of a tournament that will be held over the next few weeks, in which we will crown the first ever Omni title champion. What is the Omni title? Well, very put simply, it is every other single wrestling title all rolled into one. If you're an Omni title champion, you are every wrestling champion ever of all time. It's very prestigious. Yeah, and of course, these 6 people, they all want to be known as the first ever Omni title champion. It's a hell of an honor. And, well, these 6 have a very good chance of holding that honor, but some more than others, you know? Like someone like Geralt or Bruce Lee or John Wick probably has more of a chance than someone like Gaston or Liam Neeson, you know? All men are not created equal here in Clash of the Gods. Some are better than others. So, if you're someone like Liam Neeson who takes 17 cuts to jump over a goddamn fence, how do you beat someone who does their own stunts like Bruce Lee? That's the question of the ages here. That's what ladder matches are going to try and answer at the very least. But now we're going to see Clint Eastwood, the first person to scale the ladder. And, well, we got to thank our assistants for putting up this little visual display. You can see on that little dial there, it showcases the progress that they have made in unhooking all of the rungs. I do believe there are about 8 rungs that need to be unlocked before you can take down the briefcase. So, everyone's going to try and unlock the rungs, but a general strategy in a ladder match is you don't want to be the one to do all the work, because someone else can just come in at the end, get the last rung, and take down the briefcase, and then they'll win even though you did all the hard work. So generally the good strategy is to just sort of sit back and let everybody else do the work, and then just come in at the end and take advantage. That would be the smart thing to do. And now it seems like Bruce Lee, he's all alone in the ring, gonna try and go for that briefcase. Clint Eastwood sees what he's doing, goes right after him, but Bruce Lee, an excellent takedown, and now Lee all alone, gonna try and unhook some of those rungs on that briefcase, and he gets the first one. He has the first rung unlocked. He's got 2 down, but the ladder gets pushed over, and Liam Neeson power bombs him onto the ladder. That might take Bruce Lee out of the equation for a little time being. But we're going to see people throw each other out of the ring. That's generally what you want to do. You don't want people to be in the ring when you're trying to go for the briefcase, because that would definitely hinder you. What the fuck is Geralt doing? I'm sorry, I just noticed that. He was like flailing about. Alright, Geralt. I think he's... I don't know, actually. I don't know. Is there some monster in the audience that's like causing him hallucinations or whatever? I have no idea. Anyways, Geralt gets taken down by a neckbreaker from John Wick. Bruce Lee rolls out of the ring, and Clint Eastwood and Gaston follow him. You don't usually see 2 people gang up on someone, but it can happen. And it's generally a smart thing, too. You want to take someone out of the equation. Reduce the count as much as you can, and now Clint Eastwood and John Wick go up, and Gaston, just pushes both of them over. The beastly strength of Gaston. I mean, how do you plan for a guy like Gaston? The dude is as large as a barge. Alright? He's a very big man, a very strong man, easily the strongest man in this match. And while he may not be able to match speed with someone like Geralt, John Wick, or Bruce Lee, he is very, very strong, and that is something you need to take into consideration when you're looking to fight with someone like Gaston. And Bruce Lee going up again, looking to unhook more of those rungs. He gets the 3rd one. Not going to get the 4th, though. He's going to stop as Gaston makes his way up, and we're going to see a fight on the top. And here comes Clint Eastwood interrupting it. Gaston takes advantage and punches him right off the ladder, and Geralt pushes him over. Gaston not able to make any more progress on that ladder. It also is worth noting is that while that ladder is mostly used to climb up and unlock the briefcase, it can be used as a weapon, and you would be smart to use it as a weapon. because getting hit in the face with a ladder is the kind of thing that can really knock a man down. And now Liam Neeson all alone in that ring. There's nothing stopping him from getting that briefcase except for Geralt, who has now just come to his senses and is going to climb up that ladder to go and meet him at the top. Liam Neeson does not seem to have made much progress, and Bruce Lee using his strength to try and push over the ladder, and he can't do it. I think Bruce Lee may be a little tired. He wasn't quite able to get the ladder down. But here comes Bruce Lee. He's going to go and rely on his quickness to get right up that ladder and brawl with Liam Neeson right at the top. And he's going to lose. Liam Neeson has managed to defeat all comers, Geralt and Bruce Lee. But it's unfortunately not enough as his ladder gets pushed over, and Gaston hits the F5 onto John Wick, and that's going to take John Wick out of the equation for a little bit as Clint Eastwood pummels Bruce Lee, who's downed on the mat. I think he may have busted him open with that elbow. Bruce Lee bleeding, but a little blood is not going to deter the dragon, as Bruce Lee going to send Clint Eastwood flying out of the ring onto the mat below, as Gaston just beats the crap out of John Wick. Gaston, he's not letting up. And Bruce Lee setting up the ladder, and he's just going to leave the ring. What are you doing, Bruce Lee? You just gave Gaston the perfect opportunity to climb up and get his hands on that briefcase, but thankfully, Geralt was a little bit wise. He saw what was happening and climbed up to meet Gaston, and now I think Bruce Lee, realizing his mistake, going to try and take Gaston out. Again, going to try and push over the ladder, and it doesn't seem like he can do it. I mean, I can't blame him. Gaston's pretty freaking big. You'd have to be quite strong in order to push over a ladder with Gaston standing on the top. And Geralt's just extra added weight, and off goes Geralt, sent flying down to the bottom as Bruce Lee decided to change up his strategy. And instead of pushing over the ladder, he's just going to powerbomb Gaston off of the top of it. But he's not paying attention. Dragon... what was that? There's some sort of spin kick. I'm not sure the official martial arts name of it, but that is Bruce Lee's finishing maneuver right there. And Gaston, I think he may not have gotten all of it, because Gaston seems to have just shrugged it off quite fine. Anyways, Gaston now employing the strategy known as throw everyone out of the ring and then climb up the ladder, which is a tried and true, very effective strategy. Liam Neeson going to try and get up there and stop him, which is also a tried and true, very effective strategy. Unless you lose. I mean, if you're going to brawl on top of the ladder, you got to make sure you win. And, well, Gaston just knocked him off the ladder. Geralt doesn't seem to be able to push him over either. So maybe Gaston really is just so big that it's pretty much impossible to push over a ladder with him on it. And Clint Eastwood going to drag him off. Gaston lands on his feet and throws him out of the ring, and Geralt trying to take advantage of the confusion to unlock another rung of that ladder, but it looks like John Wick is there in time to stop him. Hits him with the electric chair drop as Gaston pushes over the ladder, and there you go. Hits him right in the face with the ladder. Effective strategy, well utilized by a man like Gaston. There really is no one like Gaston. And now, what are we going to see with Gaston? The suplex, and just throws him. The strength and force of Gaston is to be rivaled. And Liam Neeson, he managed to do it. Neeson managed to push over the ladder with big old Gaston on it. And now Neeson looks like he's going to give him a neck breaker onto the ladder, although he might have gone just a little bit short, not quite landing on the ladder, which may not have been the most effective. It looks like he was going to go for a suplex on it. Gets interrupted, and Bruce Lee moved the ladder anyways as John Wick hits him with his finishing move. And now Liam Neeson, I think, taken out of the equation for a little bit. Bruce Lee preoccupied with Clint Eastwood as John Wick gets his hands on the ladder. And now Clint Eastwood going up to meet John Wick at the top and have themselves a little brawl, as now here comes Bruce Lee getting involved. And Clint Eastwood gets knocked off the ladder, falling around about 10 feet onto the mat, as so does John Wick get pulled down, this one by Geralt. And Bruce Lee employing the classic throw your opponent out of the ring strategy, as so does Geralt. As Gaston makes his way into the ring, Bruce Lee pulled off the ladder. This is, it can be a little repetitive. Yeah, and now, let me guess, Gaston's gonna get pulled off the ladder? Oh, wow. Look at that. He's just punching him in the ass. What the fuck? Why did he just stop? So Gaston managed to get another rung of the ladder unhooked as Bruce Lee just comes and kicks Liam Neeson, who was apparently just sort of sitting there doing nothing, reevaluating his life while Gaston just climbed the ladder and unhooked another rung. He looks like he's a little out of it today. Liam Neeson, do you need a breather? You need a nice martini? What the fuck is going on with Liam Neeson? I don't know. He's certainly acting strange. He's just standing there. Why is he standing there? What is he doing? He's ready for something. I don't know what he's ready for. Oh, he's ready to just get instantly killed by Clint Eastwood. All right, Liam Neeson now out of the equation. Just took a good, the bad, and the ugly from Clint Eastwood. That's his finishing move. He's going to give him another one, isn't he? And here we go. Clint Eastwood puts a little spin on it, and there's another good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what you get for just standing still in a match. And Clint Eastwood gets his head taken off of that vicious kick from Bruce Lee. That's enough to put a man out for quite some time. You don't want to get kicked in the face by Bruce Lee. That's for damn certain. Anyway, now we're going to see people get thrown out of the ring because this is a ladder match, and that's what happens. And Bruce Lee kips back up, though. He's not going to spend this time on the floor. He's going to gesture to the crowd. That's right. Get them involved. They're the ones that matter. And he's not paying attention to what's going on in the ring. He's going for Clint Eastwood. I don't know. Is there some bad blood between Clint Eastwood and Bruce Lee that I'm not familiar with? I don't think so. Bruce Lee once again trying to push over that ladder, but he just doesn't seem to be able to do it. And he's going to eat a back suplex from Clint Eastwood for his troubles. I don't know, man. Is Bruce Lee, has he lost some strength in these years? I mean, he has been dead for like 4 decades now. And ooh, Clint Eastwood sent face first right into that ladder. That is a metal ladder. It does not feel good to run face first into a metal ladder like that. Or to be sent into the turnbuckle post. Ooh, what a kick. I think Geralt of Rivia may have just taken Gaston's freaking head off with that kick. Decapitated him. And now this is Geralt. I think Geralt's moment, trying to get the rungs. And now it's John Wick and Clint Eastwood working together to push over that ladder. And now Geralt just dangling above the ring. Very precarious position to be in. And he's going to get a powerbomb from Liam Neeson. That's it for Geralt for the time being. He's going to go out and take a little breather now, as we're going to see to the action in the ring here. We've got 4 people in the ring right now. Liam Neeson just elbowed Bruce Lee into the floor. John Wick and Clint Eastwood just brawling. Well, it seems to be more going John Wick's way. Here comes Gaston. He's making his way back into the ring now, as Clint Eastwood sent over the ring, and now John Wick sent over the top rope. And Bruce Lee goes outside the ring. What is he doing? Now he's going back in the ring? Okay, this doesn't make sense anymore. Oh, sorry. I fell asleep. This match is still going on? Seriously, nothing happened? I was asleep for like 20 minutes. You're telling me not one thing of note happened in those 20 minutes? No, alright, well, I was just able to get in a nice quick rest when this match just continues to go on, so this is very entertaining, guys. Really, we're all having the whale of a time here, but you might want to wrap it up. We do actually need to have a winner to this match. How do you go like 20 minutes and not unlock a single rung of the ladder? You gotta pick up the pace, guys. We don't have all day. Right, so the action in the ring, we're going to see Bruce Lee. There's a lot of Irish whips, if you haven't noticed. There's plenty of Irish whip. As Bruce Lee just closes the ladder in Geralt's face, who did not take too kindly to that rude gesture from Bruce Lee, and hits him with the ladder for his troubles. Although he doesn't set it up in quite the right place, Clint Eastwood, I guess the perfectionist, no, he's just going to throw it down. I guess he really didn't care that much. He's going to go slam Geralt for his troubles, and now Bruce Lee takes his notice to the ladder. Finally sets it up in the right spot. as Geralt sees the opportunity to throw Bruce Lee out of the ring, so he's going to take it. And now, once again, when there's a ladder set up, people are going to climb it, and it looks like it's John Wick who's going straight to the top, going to try and unlock another rung of the ladder. There's only 3 more to go, and he gets stopped by... No. How? You had a perfect opportunity to just win that, but John Wick apparently just could not stay focused or whatever. He couldn't quite unlock the rungs of the ladder, and it's going to cost him. And now Gaston setting up the ladder, and oh, there we go. Bruce Lee takes down Gaston. Everybody else is down. This is a perfect opportunity for Bruce Lee here. He's going right up. He's got it. There's no one to stop him. Bruce Lee, can he get the last 3 rungs? And it looks like he does. Bruce Lee has done it. Bruce Lee has won. Bruce Lee has defied the odds to win in the very first main event of Clash of the Gods. A phenomenal victory for Bruce Lee, and now he is guaranteed to be in the Omni-Title Championship match at Genesis. And over the next few weeks, he'll have a small little tournament to figure out who his opponent will be. You'll have to tune in next week to figure out who that might be. Thank you all for tuning into this first ever edition of Clash of the Gods. Like the video because you liked the video, and subscribe to stay notified for all future episodes. And take care.